The Oculus store was somewhat locked down and private from the rest of the world, like some kind of swanky boat club.
Did you hear, McBarnaby? Those scoundrels with Vives want to come into our private boat club.
Unfortunately for the boat club members, the doors have been blown off by LibreVR, who has found a way to enable people with HTC VIVEs and other VR headsets using OpenVR to access Oculus store-bought games and then launch them on their headsets. Now, it's worth saying you do still have to buy the game, so it's not like Oculus Store are losing out here. If anything, they're benefiting from the fact that people might see Oculus exclusive titles, they don't have a Rift, and they might buy those games and then now actually be able to play them. And interestingly, because Lucky's Tale is included with the download of the Oculus Store, anyone that gets the Oculus Store gets Lucky's Tale. Now, personally, I don't feel too guilty about downloading this and playing it on the Vive, because I have ordered an Oculus Rift, and I did think it would be nice to play this game before the sun envelops the planet and my Oculus arrives. Strangely, given the
complexity and unique power
of the Oculus Rift, Lucky's Tale actually runs completely flawless on the Vive at least, and presumably on other OpenVR headsets. And Lucky's Tale itself is absolutely fantastic. Though I think the mechanics are somewhat simple and less developed from what you might find in your sort of classic Nintendo platformer, what it does do is deliver a incredibly polished platformer with really nice animations, really nice music, really nice player movement. It's just really, really polished with that VR packaging. It feels like you're looking at something in front of you, and there are the occasional mechanics in the game that do use the head tracking. Basically, it does its job of easing someone into VR very gradually, and it does that with absolute perfection. So I think the big question is, what other Oculus Store games will get transferred around? Will Oculus make a public statement on this? From what we understand as it is now, games that have social integration won't be able to be hacked in this way. And well, you know what Facebook's like, so maybe it's going to be a very limited number of titles that people will be able to transfer across like this. But really, it's a sort of step, though not from Oculus, but it's a step in the direction of VR being accessible to any headset. And in my opinion, though I definitely see the advantage of having a platform that's very clearly defined in that you buy this headset, you have this spec PC, and you buy the games through this platform, and it's all going to work, don't worry, you're not going to get any stutter or motion sickness or anything like that. Though I see the value in that, I think it's crucially important that also has the ability for those that know how to use a computer and aren't completely brain dead to be opened up so that you can treat HMDs as monitors essentially, or just a computer peripheral, because really they are a peripheral. VR's way more complex and is not as simple as monitors. It's a whole new ball game, but ultimately they are a peripheral. And though some people at Oculus seem to think they're selling a games console, they're not. They're selling a head-mounted display and an associated software platform. Sony are selling a games console with a head-mounted display. Oculus and Valve are not. So we'll see how things develop. I think it's really exciting, as I say. I'm also super excited for just seeing how VR develops now that these headsets are finally arriving. More Vives are arriving on people's doorsteps as we talk. Oculus seem to have sorted out whatever issue they were having, and they're starting to arrive. And the software is slowly trickling out. I think it's a bit of a bumpy start with the software. A lot of the early access games are either very simple, very expensive, but you know it's going to take time. This is day one. This is like the early Steam train with people sat in the carriages going, don't go faster than 5 miles an hour, our heads will explode. Hopefully things will go faster than the Industrial Revolution, and we'll be in our maglev trains within a year or so. But it's all incredibly exciting. That's the point. Don't forget to subscribe and like and make your gran a cup of tea if she's still on this earth. Mine is. She's bloody old, but she's still here. Remember to, if your gran's dead, just make a cup of tea for an old person. They need it. So, Well, that's it. That's where are we going? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where we're going. But we're going to be doing more VR videos. We're going through so much stuff. I'm really excited about all this. I'm going to check out more Driving Sims DCS. So much to do and so little time. That's just how it is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.